Okay, I'm looking at my analytics for like the first time in a while. This is my third go at this video because I keep on messing something up. But thank you so much to the 2 returning viewers. I appreciate you so much, and I see you, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this video that has not yet been created. Bye-bye. Okay, hi everyone. Today, or not today, right now, I just wanted to talk about just kind of everything that's happening. I feel like every time there's a flower in my hair, every time like I look at the news, it's just something new happened. And today I wanted to talk about the floods in Kerrville, Texas. It is so sad that not only like families getting torn apart, but just children who are trying to enjoy their time at like summer camp. I don't go to summer camp every summer, but it's like such a magical experience. It's such a bonding experience, and I feel like it will never not be heartbreaking to hear about children who pass away while they're supposed to be having fun, while they're supposed to be enjoying their time, and just it's awful. I think in awful times like this, it's really great to see the beauty that is shown like within the world, like all the people who came to help, all the love, all the thoughts, but that still doesn't take away from all the hurt that was caused by this. And so I just want to say, like, my heart goes out to them. It is horrible to lose a child because like they have so many dreams, and like it's just like 8 to 10 year olds. That's just horrible. And it's just like hard. It's a hard thing to think about, especially like just it's just like, you could tell I didn't practice this. I'm so sorry. This should be more organized. But if y'all don't know, I work at a camp, and it's just hard like seeing like kids every day, knowing some of the kids that I see, new kids who were supposed to like be there or go to that camp, or no kids who passed away in it. And it's just hard like to think about the fact that like as a camp counselor having to do that, it's just atrocious, and it is so sad. Anywho, so I just wanted to say this, not to like, I don't want to make that about myself, but just to say it's horrible, and I'm like my heart just goes out to them, and I hope everyone's healing. I wish everyone love and hope, because yeah, that was a lot of talking about myself. I'm really sorry. That's really all I'm gonna say. I always don't want to talk about anything else after I say that, like at least like in this part of the video, because I feel like it's just rude. Anyway, love. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, what is this setup? Hold on. Okay. Hello. The topic of discussion for today is self-image. So I know there's like a lot of trends about like, actually, hold on, rewind. We're gonna start from the beginning. So back in like my freshman year, like ish around there, to be completely honest, I was not very confident. Like I was around people I didn't really like I would make jokes, and I would just kind of feel bad after making them. And I can't really remember what I said, but like I feel like it was just kind of like what I thought they'd find funny, and not really what I thought I'd find funny. And it was just like not being kind to people who weren't even there. And I was never really like a big fan of it, but you know, I wanted to be liked. I wanted to do what everyone else did. Which I don't think I've ever felt like that in my life. Like this was the first time ever. And so like I'm going through this, and I'm like, oh my, like, I've never felt like this before, because usually I just do what I want, and I do what I want. I don't really care. And this was like my first time. And so like I just want to say, like, if you're ever feeling like down or like not confident, you feel like you don't love yourself, like there's nothing wrong with that. It happens to literally everyone. And a lot of the time, whenever you think that people are like doing awesome, they're doing great, like they're so perfect, that's oftentimes whenever like they talk themselves really badly. Because in my opinion, it's a lot easier to like, it's a lot easier to focus on like this, not really small things, but like to focus a lot of your attention inwards whenever you don't have other stressors. Like, for example, let's say somebody who is not able-bodied, I feel like they're probably gonna have difficulty with their self-image, just because that is like a hard thing to go through. I just think, actually that might have not been a good example. Let me think of another example. And no hate to people who are not able bodies. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think a lot of the time they tend to go through hardships because it is hard whenever you see other people doing stuff and you can't do that. Not because you don't want to, but because you literally can't. So let's say somebody really, like, they have a lot of financial problems. Like, they can't pay their rent, they can't afford food, like they're struggling to figure out where they're gonna live, they're homeless, like stuff like that. You're not really gonna catch those people being like, and this is like, also, I forgot to mention this is more focused on appearance. So like, and I know my previous example, I'm sorry if you can't tell right now, I'm a mess and I'm really trying to make a point here. I kind of just want to delete this video and retry, but like, we're documenting the process here. Apologies, please have patience. I'm not getting enough sleep. So what I'm trying to say is, I think whenever somebody's imperfect and like you can see it from the outside, like for example, financial problems, they're a lot less likely to care about like other things. So for example, let's say like this could be the most attractive person you've ever seen, but like they are homeless, like living on the side of the road. I know I said financial problems, but like they're homeless. Like that's their financial problem. You're not gonna catch that person most times being like, oh, like I look so ugly today. They're probably gonna be more likely like, oh, I'm homeless, like I need a house. That's probably gonna be more their focus. And so the point I'm trying to make here is, whenever somebody has everything, they have no financial problems, no body problems, like no like disabilities, no no physical disabilities, no problems on the outside, like no eczema, no, I want to say dementia, that's the wrong thing. No skin problems, no, like no sicknesses. They have friends, they have good grades. Like that's mainly whenever you're gonna find people who don't have good self-image, because I think everyone has their own flaw. And so like, if one of those things isn't a problem for you, it's probably your self-image. And I'm not saying like, oh, all you need to do is fix your self-image and then you're gonna be set. Like, no. Once you fix one thing, it's very likely that something else is just gonna fall out of place. And that's just kind of how things work. I'm not usually one to say that. I just think like there has to be something that is not correct. And even if it's everything's correct and you feel weird that everything's correct, like there's always going to be something that you have to work on. So it's never a dull moment. What was I trying to say? Like, dude, I'm just gonna restart this. Wow, I just talked to no one for like 5 seconds. Okay, this is, I guess, the third try making this. For the first try, I just felt like I was kind of everywhere, like all over the place. And whenever I make a point, like I kind of want it to be cohesive, which, disclaimer, your girl has not been getting enough sleep, to be completely honest, which isn't good. So yeah, get your sleep, because you know your brain's gonna start eating itself if you don't. Or at least that's what one fun fact told me. I need to sleep. I don't know, and like the people in that like experiment, you just started eating their skin or whatever. Ooh. If you double knock on wood, does it reverse the wood knocking? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. So, the topic on the table today is self-image. The way you view yourself. I didn't finish my disclaimer. Didn't get enough sleep. Sorry if this is confusing. Okay, self-image. Where do I start? Nothing frustrates me more than whenever, actually scratch that. One time I watched this I shouldn't have done that, YouTube video, and this guy was talking about how like he really liked this girl, like he was dating her and he really liked her, but she didn't think that she deserved like his love, and she was like, I don't deserve this, like yeah, I don't deserve this. And he was like, no, you're awesome, like what do you mean you don't deserve this? And he was talking about how that frustrated him, which ties into my further point that I didn't finish. It frustrates me so much whenever I see people who are like they deserve so much and they just like don't think they do. Because like, what? Like, and so what this ties into is like the way you view yourself is so important. The way you speak to yourself is so important, because if you're saying like, oh, I suck, I'm not funny, I'm not good at school, and it's easy to really fall into saying this stuff. Like, let's say you fall over and you're like, oh, I'm so dumb, like I'm so clumsy. Or let's say you fail a test in like a subject you're not good at, or you're just not doing good in it, and you're like, oh, I suck, like I'm so dumb. Don't talk to yourself like that, because it, like, whenever you say that, your brain believes it because it doesn't know that you're just like saying that to say it and you don't actually mean it. And so it's like, imagine you're speaking to a child. Like, let's say they fall on the floor and you say, oh, you suck. Like, they're gonna think you actually are telling them you suck, or like, oh, you're so dumb. Like, they're gonna believe that. And we're kind of like the same. Like, I've been working with children, which I mentioned in the other part of this video, and I just like, I'm starting to realize literally everybody acts like children. Like, if you say don't act like a child, everybody acts like a child. Like, seriously. The parallels are insane, and so I'm more into that later. But like, treat yourself like you would treat like a 3-year-old. And so don't say stuff to yourself that like you don't want to believe. So let's say you mess up on something. Instead of saying like, oh, I suck, just say like, oh, okay, I'll do better next time, or like something different. Just don't say that. And like, especially, I think a lot of the times we can fall into saying that whenever it's like, oh, you're trying to be funny, or like you're trying to make a joke, or like if somebody else says it, which like, you know, that's when you're just gonna be like, because at some point you're gonna start to like believe that. You're gonna be like, why do I suck so bad? Like, and then you're like, oh, because I've been telling myself that I suck, so now I feel like I suck. Also, this ties into like other stuff. Like, let's say you, like, as a kid, you were, I'm gonna give an example of myself because I don't want to offend anybody. As a kid, I went to a school where it was like predominantly like white people, and so I'm part white, but it's like and so I would oftentimes show up to school and people would ask me like, and also I have like these wispies that just never go away, they're just always there. And it's like, it took me a long time to stop like being like, get rid of them, because I mean, I would go to school and people would be like, why's your hair so puffy? Like, why does your hair look like that? Why does your face look like that? And it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean, why does my face look like that? I don't know. I was born this way. Another one I got was, your forehead is so big. Like, I didn't get that one until like 3rd grade. Anywho, low key, I still don't like hearing that. Like, what made you feel the need to say that? Like, dude, why? Um, and it's like, as kids, obviously, like, they don't know. But that just kind of made me always feel like, oh, wait, why does my hair look like that? Like, why does my face look like that? Why does my nose look like that? And it's kind of, it's like, if you constantly hear it, you're going to start thinking it. And so there's like, I don't know, my voice just cracked. I'm so tired. There's like, there's not much you can do whenever it's like external, like whenever people are saying that to you. You can always change your response, but if you're gonna keep hearing it, it's kind of hard. Internally, you can change it. So let me give an example for what you can do for external. Wait. Anywho, if you're hearing this, like, and it's bothering you, literally, I can't think right now. Literally, don't let it bother you. Because, like, I watched one video and this girl said, you have to see yourself as the beauty standard. So like, oh, why does your hair look like that? Oh, why doesn't yours? Like, you can do that and you can reverse it, but I think that can also create like external turmoil. So you can always just say like, this is my hair, like it's part of me, I don't know. I was born this way, dude. I've been calling a lot of people dude and I don't know why. I think it's because I'm working with kids. My whole personality. Also, like, it's just curiosity sometimes. I'm so sorry, this is not cohesive. Anywho, the way you view yourself is so important because things don't come to you based on like who's most deserving or who's the smartest, who's the fastest, who's the coolest. It's not that. I'm sure there's like so many people who are so much more cool than celebrities. Like, so many people. I see so many people and like they're so cool, but they're not celebrities. So why are there people who are celebrities who aren't as cool as people who aren't celebrities? Because they had the audacity to believe in themselves that they could do that and that they could be a celebrity. And so whenever you like tell yourself, no, I can't do that, I'm not smart enough, I'm not cool enough, I'm not fast enough, like, dude, yes you are. You can literally be as fast as you want and still do it. You just have to believe, oh, I deserve to do this, oh, I deserve to be here. And if you keep telling yourself, oh, like, I can't do that, I can't do that, you're not going to do anything because nobody else, well, I am telling you this, but there's not going to be people offering you these opportunities who are also going to hype you up. And there might be a few, but it most likely not, because they want people who are confident in themselves and who believe in themselves. Think about it. Like, if you see somebody, like, this is the example that makes the most sense to me. If you see somebody like just dance, like, think about the Wednesday dance, the one from 2022. If she was embarrassed to do that and awkward doing it, it would have made it so much less entertaining and also just so awkward for everyone else. But she did it with full confidence, just being herself. Like, you just have to be yourself and you will find the things that are meant for you. But you also have to believe that you deserve to do stuff that makes you yourself. Like her doing that dance. Like, because literally she just doesn't care. Like, she wanted to do it and she did it. And so, like, you have to be confident while you do it. Like, you can't go do something bold and do it not confidently. I mean, you can. There's the option. I guess that's better than not doing it. The best option is to do it confidently because, I mean, that's what gets people to where they want to be. Like, think about business owners. You don't think they were anxious opening the door being like, oh, well, nobody could walk in. Like, you can't sit there and be like, nobody's gonna walk in, nobody wants to come here, because that's not gonna help you. That's just gonna make you not do well. And while, yes, there might be people who do well who don't believe in themselves, it's not gonna last for long, because if the only thing messing yourself up is you're just gonna keep failing. So you gotta use trial and error. You gotta believe you deserve to be there. You have to have the audacity to do stuff for yourself and not let other people, like, let's say somebody finds this video and they're like, oh, that's so embarrassing, like she wants to be famous. Well, I never said that, number one. Two, like, the only reason why they're mad is because they don't have the confidence to do it themselves. Like, think about it. Think of something you're good at. And if you're like, oh, I'm not good at anything, you're good at something. If you seriously, like, if you can't think of anything you're good at, just think about aging. Like, whenever you're a kid, you're like, oh, I want to be grown up so bad. Oh, I want to be grown up so bad. Like, whenever you're 3, you want to be 8. Whenever you're 8, you want to be 15. Whenever you're 15, you want to be 20. Think about somebody who's younger than you. Forgot what point I was making. Hold on. Think about somebody who's younger than you. They want to be where you are right now. And so you should not only enjoy where you are right now, but also imagine they're doing something, like, let's say they're turning a new age. They're turning 9 and they were 8. Are you going to go and be like, oh, you think you're so cool because you're 9? No. Want to know why? Because you're not insecure about your age. The only person who would do that is somebody who's like 6. They would go, oh, you think you're so cool? You're not cool. Yeah. You're trying to be something you're not. So who cares what they think? Like, so what if they say, oh, you think you're so cool because you're trying to start a business? You're never going to be a business owner. Neither are you with that attitude. So get out of my face. Like, and it's hard because, like, whenever you know, like, let's say, for example, you're starting a new TikTok page, which is actually, like, scary. Really scary. If you can't tell, that's something I've been wanting to do, but I'm scared. You can't let, like, the haters outnumber your fans. And so let's say you have 1 follower and 20 haters. Focus on the 1 person who's following you. Just like if you have 1 person who's supporting you and 20 who aren't. And even if that 1 person is you, like, you still have somebody in your corner. You have to have somebody in your corner, and you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to say, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Literally in your head on repeat. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And, like, you might have a voice in your head saying, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. But if you keep repeating it, eventually that voice will go away. Also, the haters are just insecure people. So, like, if somebody says, like, you can't do it, who cares? Who cares what they think? Like, even if it's, let's say it's your mom who says that to you, you have to not let the ideas and the opinions of other people influence what you're trying to do. You can take advice, but don't let it influence you. That was not a good point. You can take the advice, but don't let it control you. Not influence, don't let it control you. Don't say, oh, well, they wanted me to do this, so I'm only going to do this. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. And if you know what you're doing is bad for you or a bad idea, this doesn't apply. Like, if you're like, oh, I want to drink, but my mom said no, like, drink alcohol. Yeah, like, don't start doing that because it's not good for you. Not good for you. But there's so many good things out there. And if you have the ability and you just lack the confidence, you literally just have to, like, think, the only reason why I'm not doing this is because I don't think I can. And that should be, like, and if that, like, reference doesn't make sense, like, if you don't get what I'm trying to say there, I'll dissect it even more. The only thing in my way is myself. I can get there. I have the time to do it. I have the ability to do it. I have the people to do it with. I have the money to do it. I have the skill to do it. Something like that. And the only thing telling you no is yourself. Or if you say, oh, well, I don't have the blank to do it, but you're getting told, yes, you do, and you know within yourself, yes, you do, go for it. because you don't want to live a life full of nothingness because you didn't believe in yourself. You want to be an old person who says, I think I did enough, not I don't think I did enough, which I think that might be an unrealistic goal, but I hope one day somebody reaches it. Okay, I guess I'm just in yapathon mode today. So I was just going through TikTok and I saw a video of this girl like talking about how Leo Skeppy like saved her life. And so that kind of inspired me to one, take the first video I made out of my trash because I put it in my recently deleted. But like I feel like if that connects to anyone, then I just like the possibility of it connecting to anyone just makes me want to keep it up. And also it inspired me to say, like, I think recently, since like April, things have just been hard. Like, I could kind of feel the impending doom coming from 2024 to 2025. Dude, this year has been horrible for me, at least. And I don't want to say horrible because I think I'm a very resilient person. Looking at it from an outside perspective, I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 people would consider this horrible. I don't really want to talk about everything, but like I think we all know what's going on just like within our world at the moment. I just think I talked about all the floods, which is horrible. I mean, I'm gonna be a new kid, which I've already said is scary. Also there's just other stuff, and it's just like sometimes it's just hard because I just think everything that could be wrong, well, no, I don't want to say that. I think a lot of stuff is just not correct. It might be the term. I don't really know. It's just like a lot of stuff is just no fun. And it's hard. Especially during the school year. I think it was affecting me. Here's the reason why I am not wanting to say like I think it's horrible, because I know like in my brain whatever's happening right now is preparing me for something, is making my character a whole lot better, like holy character development, is like just kind of refining me into the person who I'm meant to be. And so like I think a lot of people don't like to hear that whenever they're going through hard times, because yeah, it kind of sucks. The other day I did not have a good day. It was really bad, and sometimes whenever your day's just really bad, you just like need to scream, you need to cry, you need to let it all out, like you need to listen to crazy music and just crash out. I just want to remind you that even whenever things are bad, like I have never felt so inspired in my whole life. All I want to do is I want to go, like I made art, I want to write, I want to journal, I want to go dance in the rain, I want to meet new people. And you know, like it might suck. You just have to know that there's a reason why all of this is happening. And that, I think, is hard to hear, because whenever you're at a point where it's just like you're so done with everything, you kind of just want to say, like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to be ready for it. Don't prepare me. I want to be unprepared. It's just important to remember that like life is all about experiencing stuff, and so you're gonna experience stuff and it's not gonna be fun, But in dark times is whenever a lot of good stuff happens. And I think people are a lot more together and unified whenever times are bad than whenever times are good. Because whenever times are bad, that inspires you to connect, that inspires you to create, and that inspires you to learn. And whenever times are good, it's kind of just with the remnants of those bad times. And so it's important to remember why we go through change, development, and growth. Sometimes it's just not all rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes it's tornadoes and fires. And, you know, you just kind of gotta let the fire tornado take you to wherever you're meant to be. And so if anybody else watching this is kind of feeling like, yeah, I've been better, then I hope this inspired you or kind of just sat with you, because it's also nice to just understand that there are other people who aren't doing, you know, awesome. But I think that, like, I shine brighter. I've shined brighter this year than I did last year. And last year, everything was perfect. I mean, everything was perfect. And this year, nothing's perfect at all. Everything is so not perfect. But I just feel like I haven't been happier, because, like, whenever you have nothing to be happy about, your happiness kind of just comes from an outside source. But I mean, I also just think, like, once this is all over, I don't want to be like, yeah, no, like, I was always so down, like, I was like, oh, this sucks, which, you know, I did do that. I just want to be able to say, like, I was happy even whenever I shouldn't have been, because without all the reasons to be happy, it just kind of makes me want to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be different. And last year I had everything, and I just kind of felt like I was happy. I'm just happier now because I don't have that, like, deep rooted fear of, like, I hope this doesn't go away, because I hope this doesn't go away. And a part of me kind of wants to be like, also, whenever things are absolute, I can complain. Like, I have full reason to complain. I have full right. I have the full authority. I don't know what the word is. To be like, this sucks. Like, I'm done. And having the full authority to do that, just, like, I don't know where I was going with that. If you can't tell, I also have really bad brain fog still. So that's great. Having that ability kind of makes me not want to use it. Then whenever I had the ability, and last year I didn't have it, and I probably complain more than I do now, because, yeah. Anywho, so I'm not, like, I'm kind of partially scared, because, like, right now I just kind of, I feel kind of free. Like, yeah, I guess it feels kind of free whenever things are bad, because, I mean, yeah, it's just like, I don't really know how to describe it. If you get me, you get me. Anyhow, I really hope this helped, and thank you for listening to my little comment section about how I'm doing. okay, this is my redo because, yeah. So today's been a day. I, woke up at like 9:50 and then I went back to sleep, and now then it was 1:50 and then I woke up and then I went to go like scavenge for food, but I'm no chef and there was nothing that I could just grab and eat besides my walnuts and a banana, and I was still hungry, and so then I ate some chips and watched YouTube, and then I fell asleep and then I woke up at 7. And so this week I'm going to be having to wake up at like 6 a.m. Like, no, ew. Who in the right mind wants to wake up at 6 a.m.? Like, nobody. And if you say you do, like, you're crazy. You're crazy. Then again, also, like, this week while I was working, I was giving out snow cones, which I think it's funny. What's this? I think it's funny being a camp counselor because it's like you do stuff. Okay, I guess I don't have a cloth coat. You do stuff that like isn't really normal anywhere else. Like, for example, I take my attendance and like colored pencils, which I just think is funny because like where else can I just write stuff down in colored pencil? And I stained my shoe, so I took a shower and then I shaved because here's my dilemma. I feel like if I don't shave, then I'm always like, but if I do, well, actually, if I do, I'm kind of like, so I feel like I should, but there's 2 problems. One, I used to shave every other day, so I'm still trying to fix that because that was, oof. I started like shaving like a lot less like around May last year, and so like I feel like my skin's still like figuring out how to grow back normally. And then I also had like a little waxing phase, which was kind of whenever I stopped shaving, so now my hair goes in all different directions on my legs and it's just annoying, like on my calves, so I'm like having to do crazy acrobatic positions in the shower and it's just but anywho, because I'm going to a water park and I didn't want to be like, I don't really know how to describe it. Yeah, anywho, so I was doing that, and I also was brushing my hair because I don't want it to turn into a humongous knot on the water slides. One thing about this is, so every time I need water and I don't have any and I'm not going to get out of my bed, so that didn't taste too good. Is this my sign to stop talking? Okay, moving on. What's I gonna talk about? So after I finished scrubbing my shoes, I looked at the time and it was like 3 something a.m. It is now 4:07 a.m. Back to what I was talking about. Anywho, going to a water park tomorrow, so that's why I was showering. And also, I just like to be clean because, you know, I think we all do, I hope. And, oops. I think it's funny because, no, I need to stop talking. My throat's so dry. Water. Whatever, I guess I'll just be dehydrated because I'm not getting out of my bed. Do you know how hard it is to get out of a freaking loft bed? Like, because, like, if you're in a normal bed, you can just roll off the bed. Like, if I do that, I'm, like, I have to use the amount of brain power to keep myself from falling face first, like, 6 feet to the ground. Because, let's be real, if I did that, I would be probably freaking dead. Or severely injured, which just, not in the mood for that right now. So, yeah, anywho. that's why I'm not getting up. And also, I just don't want to because it's 4 a.m. Like, I don't want to be walking around my house. And also, while I was scrubbing my shoe, at first I was in my kitchen, and then I looked out, and I swear there was like a shadow in my friggin' front porch, and I was like, oh hell no. So then I went to my room and scrubbed my shoe at my desk. So anywho, way to ruin my freaking vibe. Also, like, I swear, it's nice. Like, I feel like it's a good skill. I say this and I'm like completely butchering saying it, so it's funny. I think it's funny, like, to be comfortable talking in front of like a literal screen, because I've been doing this like since like 6th grade, because I would just make videos and I would say Draftville, and like that's where they went. And so I went into my drafts. The problem is, this is on TikTok, by the way, I had so many drafts I had to delete some of them, so a lot of Draftville videos are gone. And so it's funny because this is like my publicized Draftville, which I think is hilarious. And I think it's nice because it's just like I can get out like what I need to say without getting interrupted, because I feel like a lot of the time whenever I say stuff, people interrupt me because it's like I kind of have my own adventure while I make points. I look bald right now. But anywho, yeah. You should practice talking in front of a camera. It really makes your people skills better. I need to stop talking. I'm gonna go watch some YouTube. Or I don't really know. Hi everyone. So I'm coming at you from a currently editing standpoint, and I was rewatching the video that I made on July 8th, aka Tuesday, and it's Tuesday again, which is funny. And I felt that it was just improper of me to speak about, like, you know, the floods and not speak about the other issues. Not even the other issues, the other prevalent topics being the ice raids. I think it is just important to not only spread awareness, but to just also kind of not really state my place. Well, actually, yes, state my place in this situation, because I think if you don't speak up about something, then you're silently, if you don't speak up about something, then you're silently supporting it. And so I just want to make sure I say something, and no hate to the people who don't speak up about it. That's just how I see it. The fact that families are being ripped apart, children are dying, people are getting injured during raids that are supposed to protect our country, I guess, against immigration, which doesn't make sense. But I understand that coming here illegally is illegal. I disagree completely with the way that this whole situation is being handled. I don't even know what to call it. Taking people off the street, overcrowding them, not giving them the medical supplies they need, the food they need, the hygiene they need, is not only unprofessional, but just inhumane, unethical. Sending them to something named after a concentration camp from not even 100 years ago is disgusting. Tearing families apart is horrifying. None of this is proper. None of this should be legal. And also, none of this should just be allowed. Like, what is happening right now is horrifying for all people who have immigrated, which is everyone who lives in this country, because we weren't the first ones here. And also, just, I think, really a wake-up call for why we need inclusivity, diversity, and equality. And I hope that even if this reaches one person who doesn't know about the issue, who doesn't understand the issue, I hope that this shows you why this is such a horrible thing, and also why it is important to stand against it, to speak out against it, to do whatever you can to help those who need you, because we're all here to help each other, because we're all humans. And I send so much love to the people who are currently dealing with this situation and currently facing this just oppression and discrimination. I'm so sorry. And I just want to say that there are many people who stand with you, and for the few people who do stand against you, I really don't know what to say about people who support this. I find it extremely hard to believe that in this day and age anybody would support this, but clearly there are people who support it. And just know that what goes around comes around, and I'm sure it's gonna come around to them. I'm sending so much love to everyone who's watching this. Happy end of week.